everybody. This is Molly. Okay, I've showed you some pictures real quick of some things I did, and I want to show you how easy it is to use the two different watercoloring techniques with the Stampin' Up inks that I've showed you. Let me just show you these cards a little closer up. I won't take long because we're going to want to show you how to get to it. This one right here, you're going to see me make this background. And then the butterfly, I used the colored background that I made, and I just kind of hit it off and on with some Versamark and then some gold embossing powder. So that's that card done. Here's another one, simple, but the watercolor background kind of speaks for itself. And then I used daubers on this thing to give it the color that that dragonfly needed, and then just stamped it pretty same. Okay, I'm going to go fast. You'll see me make this background. I'm not going to actually make the cards in front of you. This video is about how to do the watercoloring. Okay, so there's that. Just wanted to give you a close-up of some of them. This one, this one I made off screen, but I made it just like I did the others. The only difference is these white speckles that you see in there and splotching is I just took a water bottle and sprayed a little water on these things and got those spots. So there's that one, quick and easy. This picture that I'm right here, I'm going to put this in my scrapbook room because I'm tickled pink. I intended this originally to be a note card. Okay, that didn't work out. I got a spish and splash and stuff like that on it. So I just took it and bordered it. This was the piece that I watercolored. I love how it came out. I took one of the pieces, cut it up, and stamped a few little things on it. Made myself one of those dragonflies because I want one. And this paper right here is from a collection that was discontinued last year or so, and so I just used it. And then this matches my room. This I have that pretty like pool party blue, and this lemon lime twist are the colors in my room and all. So I like how that one came out. Let me show you the pink takes real quick. Pretty. Here I just used a little one of my favorite little stamps and did some gold embossing on there. Watercolored the butterfly paper, then cut out the butterfly. Again, use that Versamark technique where I just kind of touched the Versamark pad to different places and put the gold embossing powder on it. Okay, here's another one real quick. You'll see me dye these flowers. Not in love with how it turned out, but you're going to see me do it. I have other ones that are better. And I love these bright colors. Oh my gosh, I just love them. And last but certainly not least, here's another pink one. I'm liking these flowers better. And so let's get started on showing you how to do this. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let me show you what parts I use to make these things, and then we'll get into making some more of them and all. The very first batch I did, which is what I used on some of those cards, I cut the watercolor paper to pieces 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, so they would completely cover a card front, or you could use them on scrapbooking pages or home decor and all. I'm going to show you a project I do with those hopefully soon. Can't wait to do it. And you can always cut them down, can't make them bigger. Plus, I find as you do these, there may be a part you like better than others and all. So anyway, I cut them to those sizes. The little pieces you have left over, you have about a 1/2 inch strip or so left over from the piece of watercolor paper, so you get 2 out of these. I saw where someone else had cut them 4 by 3, so you get even more out. But anyway, so these were the pinks I did. This one, then I did some flowers, and I'm going to show you how I cut some of those. And then here's the blues. So I don't know if you can see on that, the speckledy thing. We're going to do the color wash. There's 2 different ways I'm going to show you. And this one, after I did it, I just sprayed a little of water over it and then let it set for just a second, put a paper towel over it, dripped it up, and that's what made the spots. Okay, let's get started seeing if we can make some new ones. Okay, remember I mentioned there was 2 different techniques. One Francis Martin did with the watercolor or the Aqua brush. I don't have the Stampin' Up one that I'll be using. I've got another one that I've had in my drawer for years, but the Aqua brush and the inks. And then another style was using the actual acrylic blocks that we sell that are fabulous. I just love the weight and feel and clarity of these things. So 2 easy ways. Okay, you're going to put your cards down, whatever size you cut. And the first thing we're going to do is where we kind of cover the whole page. Then I'm going to show you how to border it off. Okay, on this one, you're going to want your paper. You're going to want to have a napkin near you or a paper towel near you to blotch off your things to keep it from getting too wet. and then the ink pads of your choice. So let's see which colors we're going to use. On this first one, I'm going to use the Crushed Curry, the Melon Mambo, and the Berry Burst. These colors. Let's see if I can get them stacked up prettier for you. These colors. And let's see where we go. Okay, the very first step on this method is you want to wet your paper. You cannot see the bottle I'm using, but I spray water on the paper. Get it pretty wet. It's watercolor paper. It can take it. Pads. And have them near you, ready to play. And then you're going to take your acrylic block, put it on your color. You can see me doing that. I've got good coverage there. And then I'm going to just touch that water paper and look. Oh my gosh, is that gorgeous? You see how it's wicking and webbing everywhere? That is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm not putting that wet block back on my stamp pad. I'm drying it off on that paper towel a little bit, and then I'm going back on the paper. And I'm just letting Mother Nature and water do its thing. Okay, I'm wiping off my, oh, I love when it gets on me, and it got on me. So I'm wiping off my block real good. I'm going to go to the next color. Let's grab some of the yellow. Again, I've just covered my block with the yellow, touching the wet paper, and letting water and watercolor properties do their thing. Okay, wipe it off, do it again, get some good color on there. Okay, and I'm trying to see, I'm not controlling it much. I'm just letting the water do the work. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that's coming out already. Okay, and last, let's hit this. This, I believe, is the Berry Burst. Oh my gosh, that's going to be pretty intense. And it is. And you can see where you can come in here and get your color other places. If your paper's wet enough, you will be, oh my gosh, that's pretty. Hold on just one more time. Okay, so look at that great coverage. Now, you can move it around and play with it a little bit. If you get too much pulling on the edge, you can't. I'm going off camera, but I'm just tapping. Look at that paper towel. I don't want to use that for something. I'm just, you can see me just kind of, you know, letting it drain to the bottom and then tap off there. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, this one doesn't have color on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up some color and see if I can add a little more color to the edge. Okay, that is as easy as it is. You can move the colors around any way you want and play with them, and they're gorgeous. Again, let me sop up some of these colors. Okay, so there's a pink one. And that's how easy it was to get that watercolor look. You can obviously do more or less. Look how that's pooling already. Oh my gosh, that's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to set these to the side. Now, let me do the flowers for you real quick and see if we can't get something going there. Where'd I put them? Okay, I pre-cut just a few of the little flowers with the pansy punch. Is that just one? Yeah. And again, I'm going to wet them. Oh my gosh, that's turned out pretty, those backgrounds. Let me just show you one more time. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's going to be gorgeous. Now, if I had done more yellows up in the top and all you could see would be a sunset, this is just beautiful colors. Okay, now I've got my flowers wet, and I'm going to put my color on. Same way. Oop, I went back with the wet thing to the tab, to the pad. Y'all were supposed to remind me not to do that. Okay, let me dry that off, go back to my pad. Okay, what did I do with one of the flowers? Oh, I flipped it over here. Okay. Okay, so I've got the yellow on there. Now I'm going to come and pick up, I think this is Melon Mambo. Oh, that looks darker than that. And you can see where I'm just splotching on some pink. Now, watercolor, these are always going to dry lighter than what you're seeing here. So don't be too scared if they look a little dark right now. This one looks way dark to me. I'm going to pick up some of this water and just put it on there. But I love the mix of colors on these things, and it's just that fun to play with. Okay, let me dry this off and give it a little bit, whatever. Oh, that must be the Melon Mambo. Okay, So there's the flowers for that. Now I'm going to take, I've dried off my cubes pretty well. And I'm going to come over here and start cleaning up my mat. Now I'm using a mat I've had for years and years because I love mixed media. And but we sell the sweet little smaller sizes, which are great for these kind of products, great for the texture paste and all, but you do want to protect your surface somehow from all these colors. I would not use just that tablet because I'm using so much water. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and see how this one's pooling up on the edge. I'm trying not to touch it. I'm just using the edge to wick some of that water away. It is pretty if you let that dry dark. Isn't that coming out beautiful? Okay, so there's those. Okay, I'm going to dry those off just a little. They're still a little damp. And then I'm just going to come over here with one of the pads and I'm going to walk this flower around. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just walking the flower around and picking up some color on the edge to give it definition. Walking the flower around. And the wetness of the paper is going to let that wick in pretty. Yes, I have ink all over me. If you don't like that, put on some gloves. But, oh, don't be scared. It comes off eventually. So, again, I'm just going around the edge of the flower with a little color. Okay. Now, that one came out a little darker. If you are ever worried about the color, a little water goes a long way. And you can see where it's softening up those edges. Oh my gosh, I just think that is so pretty. I hope that's not too wild and woolly for y'all. Okay, that is going to be some beautiful flowers. And you can see I've got a light, a dark, and a mid-tone in there. Okay, now I'm going to just dry off those a little bit. Okay, coming out okay? Okay, we're going to set those aside. So that's one method. Let me dry this a little more. Splotch up some of my water. I need to do something with this paper towel. I don't know what, but something. Okay, we're going to set these aside and let them dry. So that is the method when you're using the blocks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do some with the blues just to show you, more of a variation on these. Oh, wait, let me see if I can get all this. Let me take just a second if you don't mind, clean up. Gorgeous. Okay, so there's some pinks. Now, let me go to the blues. I'm going to lay myself out a couple more pieces of paper. Throw these, well, I'm going to just turn this napkin over, throw the pink one away, get myself a new one for the blues. But you could do dozens and dozens of these at a time while you got your mess out. I'm going to leave the crushed curry out. I'm going to close up my shades of pink. Put those aside. I'm going to come in, I've got crushed curry. I'm going to come in with lemon lime twist. And I've got Tempting Turquoise or Island Indigo. Did I mention how much I love Island Indigo? Okay, so I'm going to use that one. Let me get my little pink flowers out of the way. Let me get my little pink flowers out of the way. Okay, so what do we do to start off with? Okay, so again, we start off, we water them. Try not to get water all on your mat. Water, 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 good amount of water. Going to come in with your cube. I'm going to start off with my lightest color. And can you see how the water is just wicking that around so beautifully? And just mess around. Let it play. Okay, let's do the green next. This is the lemon lime twist. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Got a little pink from my fingers in there. Okay, hold on. Oh, I keep forgetting and going back there with my wet thing. You don't want to do that all the time. Okay, so now we've got a nice yellow and lemon lime twist going. I'm going to come in now with the Island color. Oh, that's so pretty. Let's see what happens. And a little bit of this is going to go a long way because it is so intense of a color. Okay, isn't that pretty? You can see where I kind of have a habit. I've started just doing, up and down, triangular, diagonal coloring, but you can do it any way you want. And then if you want to dry between colors, you can even get more manipulation of colors. you know, use your heat gun and dry it. I'm going to mop up some of this around there. You can see where you don't want to mop up directly on your thing unless you want to take up a lot of color. Did you see that where when I blotched it with the towel, I picked up a lot of color. It's going to dry light, so I'm not a big fan of mopping up too much color. Okay. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? I love them. Love them, love them, love them. Okay, so that's one method, and that is pure and simply using wetting your paper, using the acrylic block onto the ink, dabbing it onto the wet paper, letting watercolor wick its way around, drying off between. Can you see me drying off between layers, and coming back and dabbing back on. That's how easy that was. Okay, I've gone and I've cleaned up my mat. I've washed my hands, so while I may have a little bit of staining on them, I don't want to have any chance of getting, mixing colors here and all. But so for the second method, I'm using my mat to protect my desk underneath here. I've got a sheet of my grid paper on top, and then again, I've got a couple of pieces of watercolor paper. Okay, I'm going to come in here with some washi tape. I'm going to line my paper up on the grid, and I'm going to use it to give myself a border on this paper that will hopefully seal out the water. Now you want to use washi tape or painter's tape, something that is a low tack thing that you can get back up. Move that one out of my way where I can see my border. Okay, so I'm giving myself a border. You can, again, you don't have to give yourself this border if you don't want to. Wait a minute, let me see what I'm doing here. Oh, that's why. You can go to the edge of your paper, but this is a nice look. I'm going to do a little smaller one here. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. But my thought, the reason I was doing the bigger border is because I'm probably going to be cutting these down. To have a border around the card or something, I'd be cutting them down or using them as smaller pieces. I'm just using my grid paper line. So, okay, I've got those down. Now, for this method, you're going to take, and again, I'm using the same kind of colors. You're going to smush your pad. Whoa, hold on. I did not do any good on that. You're going to smush your pad to get some color on the lid. Oh, I did better that time. So instead of, see, I already got ink on me. I'm telling you, I got to slow down, huh? Going to smush the pad to get color on the lid. Oh, I love that color. Again, I'm using the crushed curry, the lemon lime twist, and the island indigo. Didn't smush enough. I don't think I smushed it all. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to wet my paper a little bit. Wet my paper. Now, instead of the acrylic block, I'm going to use an aqua brush. Again, my aqua brush is old. You're going to see where the water on the paper allows the color to move around very, very fluidity, however you want to say it, so you can get some color going. Let me see what we want to do here. Let's act like we're doing a sky, and we'll go into, see if I can fight and not do diagonal. Okay, so you can see I got a little washi of the yellow going on. Okay, where's my, oh, there they are. I was going to ask, where's my napkins? You're going to want to take and rinse off your, let's see if I can see this on camera. You're going to want to rinse off your brush till you get rid of the color. The yellow probably wouldn't be a problem too much, but you sure wouldn't want to carry these dark colors. Okay, now I'm going to go into the green and come across the bottom. See, this is a great method, good control, but you can see where it's going to take more effort to get the color on. That other smushing method, boy, that just color got on. There was no question. Let me get me some more green. Hold on. Okay, got me a little bit of color. Pick up as much color as I can and get it on paper. Okay, so you're starting to get a good color wash. Much lighter, much less intense. Okay, I'm rinsing off my brush. Off camera here, sorry. I'm going to come grab the indigo, and now you can see where I'm getting a little more color going. See how the water's working for me, so to speak. pull some more of that color in there. Okay, let me get some of this blue and go on here. See, my paper is still wet. And there is no rhyme or reason to this madness other than getting color on paper. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Now, if you want to hit it with a little water, can you see how those dots are showing up? I hope you can see how the dots showed up. Let me come back in here with the green. Swirl a little green through there. Okay. So that's the second method to get color on paper. And okay, so that's the second method for this. I'm gonna take just a minute's pause. Let's see if I can dab some off. Let me dab a little of that water off, and then I'm gonna blow dry them. But I want to take the tape off in front of you. Let me see if I can. I don't want to take too much. Oh, it's going to take color off. Okay. You know, patience would have been. I wished I'd have just let it wait. But oh my gosh, those are gorgeous. Okay, so there. Now, hopefully the washi tape will just come off. See how it's coming off with a very clean border. I hope you can. Oh, my hands are in the way. Sorry. But you see how I'm getting a real pretty clean border with that? Isn't that nice? That's pretty. Okay, looks like I knew what I was doing watercolor, like I was a painter or something, how they block off their pictures. Okay. Oh, gosh, that's pretty. Okay, so there's that one. I've got a little dark dot in there. I'm just going to, yeah, see, I'm going to try and condense. Yeah, there you go. Little booger. There you go. Okay, isn't that darling? Let's see how pretty and clean the edges are. Hopefully my hands didn't get sticky all over them. Okay, let's see if I can get this one undone. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. And how easy is that? You know, it looks like you know what you're doing. They're coming out so artistic. And all we were doing was smushing with water and ink. Okay. Oh, that is stunning. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so there's that method. I'm going to show you one more thing with this method. Either method would work. I'm going to put this paper down. I'm going to take my washi tape. Let's straighten it up on the grid pad. I'm going to straighten it up on the grid pad. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come down about here. Put a piece of washi tape. What in the heaven's name? Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, put a piece of washi tape. Now, I'm going to wet it. Right here at the top. Okay, I've got that part wet. Let me get myself some ink. Well, actually, I'm going to use the smushing method, if you don't mind. I'm thinking I'm having better luck with that. Okay, getting some color on there. Oh my gosh, I ran. Let me get my paper towel. Okay. Okay, there's that. Here's the Island Indigo. That's so pretty. Crushed curry. Mix my colors too much. Let me come back in with some curry. Okay. Oh, that may look like a hot mess to you, but in my mind, that's really pretty. Okay, what is that, you ask? Hold on just a second. Okay, we're going to dab this off. Dab it off, dab it off. Okay, I hate taking off too much color. It just about kills me. Okay, so that's how I did it with just a little border. Take that washi tape off. Washi tape, painters. Oh, I got some on the white. Gosh darn. Let's act like for this purposes I did not, okay? If anybody asks, we did not get color down there. You'll go slower. You'll be more careful. But can you see where I got some color down there? Well, good. If you can't, act like you didn't. But anyway, okay. But you can see where I've got a good clean border. Act like this is still white. Okay. We're going to clean this mess up. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, one last thing I want to do real quick for the exam. I'm going to wet this paper, not quite as much as I did before, but wet. I'm going to take my, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just smushing this in the ink pad, getting the color on there, and then I'm creating a dark watercolor background. That is stunning. I keep moving my paper towel out of my reach. It's like my exercise program for the day, which is good because I don't get any other exercise. Okay, so I've got this color laid down. Let me clean that off. Go in the lemon lime twist. Come in here. Mix that in. Oh, good gravy, maybe. That's pretty. Okay. Coming back in the indigo, adding some darker colors. A little bit more lemon lime twist, brighten it up. And what I'm hoping, in my mind's eye, what I'm thinking, is this piece is going to be stunning when it's dry to cut a butterfly out of. You know, a nice, dark, pretty butterfly. Okay, so we're going to let that, oop, I'm a little out of camera. Okay, look at those nice, intense colors. Would you like a little more green in there? I just stuck my finger in the ink. Okay, so I've greened it up just a little bit. That makes sense. Now I'm going to blue it up over here. Just me blue it up. I've dried off my paper so you can see where it's not wicking anymore. It's just kind of sucking in the color. Okay, so that's going to be a nice dark piece of paper with some color on it to cut your butterfly out of. I'm saying butterfly, and I mean dragonfly. Okay, I mean dragonfly. Okay, I'm going to clean out all my lids, dry them off so I'm not putting water down on my ink pads and all. And then I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, off camera, I used a heat gun and dried these things, and it was loud and long, and I didn't want to bore y'all with that. But I do want to just let you know, you'll see that some of the papers have a little bit of a curl in them. But when you start to dry them, if you dry just the top, oh my gosh, you're going to see a whole bunch of bubbling. Turn it over and make sure you hit the back with the blow dryer, I mean the heat gun as well, and that will take most of that curl out of there. I did not take as long as I should, but you can see where mine came out pretty flat. Okay, let's just review. The method that we used where we actually took and smushed the acrylic block directly onto the ink pad after wetting the paper and then touch the paper to that, that gives you this much more vibrant display of color. Now the more water, if you want to spray more water on and all, you'll get a lighter colors, but that's what gives you these vibrant colors. This is the piece that I did that was dark, 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 because I'm going to be cutting a dragonfly out of that, so just bear that in mind. These were the three little flowers. I did stamp them lightly with the flower shop, one of the stamps in the flower shop. Didn't love how it came out, but we're going to use them. Anyway, so those are the flowers. Okay, so this was the block on ink directly to paper method that gave you these brighter colors. We'll see those in projects in a minute. And then these are the ones where we taped off the edges. Aren't those gorgeous? I keep saying aren't those gorgeous? I mean, I just sat there and watched it. I didn't do much but make a mess. But they came out beautifully, very forgiving. These are the ones where you lightly water the paper, tape off the edges, lightly water the paper, and then mush your color onto the lid of your ink pad, flip it open, and use the watercolor brush to brush that color on. That is what gives you that much lighter, more ethereal looking color wash. Both are beautiful. Okay, now that I've made these, let me get off camera and actually make some products with these so I can show you how they came out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that quick and easy tutorial. You don't have to get as messy as I did. I just happen to be slap happy when it comes to colors and things and love it. But I love how these turn out. Again, a big thank you to the demonstrators who share their talents and inspiration with us. If you're interested in buying any of these products or taking a closer look at them, please use the link below to go to my Stampin' Up store. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and would love for you to visit my store and maybe buy a few of these things. And then there's also a link to my Facebook page, which is Escape to Inspiration. I will be posting pictures of these different projects there, and would like to have you visit and follow. Okay, thank y'all so much. Have a great day, and just remember, have fun crafting. Bye bye.